Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today I am talking, why in the heck does Club Shay Shay's Shannon Sharpe interview with Usher that was filmed back in October of 2023, you guys, is just coming out the other day. Just came out on January 31st, you guys. I have some issues with this for a multitude of reasons, and let's get into it. Because I feel like this interview kind of just randomly came out now because of obviously the popularity of Club Shay Shay post Cat Williams interview. However, all of the other interviews that have been released since Cat Williams were done in 2024. Why do I know that? Oh, several reasons. Because number one, this interview with Usher, because I'm a huge Usher fan, is barely an hour, you guys. Barely an hour. And all of the interviews that have taken place in 2024 post Cat Williams have been at least a couple of hours or close to it, right? But more reasons that I have issues with this is that at the time of this interview, Usher was still doing his Vegas residency, right? So this must have been around like when it was literally recently announced that Usher was going to be the Super Bowl halftime headliner for 2024, or I don't know, next week, right? Next week. And ultimately, it would have been great buzz. It would have been great promotion for Usher had this interview came out when it happened last year. And also, there was a lot of praise in this interview for Diddy, for Puff Daddy, for Sean Puffy Combs. And as we know now, this is prior to all of the allegations that came out against Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Puff, you know, like all of that is out prior to this happening, to pretty much where, you know, P. Diddy's in purgatory right now, where people are, you know, coming for him and he's losing all of his businesses and all of these things. It's not a good time right now for P. Diddy. And one of the most things that has gone viral as well is the revelation that there was supposed to be a group that featured Jay-Z, Pharrell, Usher, and guess who? Diddy. Right? But as Cat Williams says, is in regards to Diddy, who wants to party all the time, that you have to tell him no. Right? But he's, you know, Usher, of course, is referencing the camp when he stayed at Diddy's house, you know, as a preteen. And, you know, as we know, we've heard the rumors of what allegedly went down, right? So it's kind of cringing me that we're revisiting this in light of this interview coming out so many months later, and we know current state, the issues right now that are surrounding Diddy and the allegations and everything else surrounding Diddy and Cassie's, you know, lawsuit and everything else against Diddy. I don't like the timing. And I feel like there is zero buzz about Usher performing in the Super Bowl, which I'm very disappointed about. Even Billboard, in an article last week, had Rihanna as the cover of the actual article that was discussing Usher as the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, I need to understand why Usher continues to be underestimated and why people are playing in his face. And why was this interview put on the shelf for several months? Why? I think it would have been a perfect time to interview Usher now that we're coming up on the Super Bowl halftime performance. He is done with his Vegas residency, and we can talk about the actual Super Bowl instead of the beginning of the show where you're talking about NFL teams that are no longer in the playoffs and trying to make predictions about the Super Bowl. When had this interview been done, I don't know, earlier this week, we would have actually been talking about the actual two teams that are actually going to be in the Super Bowl. Make it make sense, you guys, as to why we are being treated like this. As an Usher fan, I'm disappointed. Because I feel like we could have gotten so much more meat. We could have got so much more material and information had this interview been done now, as Usher is fine-tuning and finishing up the final prep for his Super Bowl halftime performance, where we can get some more information about that, and perhaps he can talk more freely about, you know, his experience and everything else, because he has a great memory of everything that he's been through and all the people who have been instrumental in his life. He knows all of that, and I just feel like there was a huge missed opportunity here. There was a big missed opportunity to really get into some serious things as it pertains to Usher. And I'm even more disappointed in the fact that this interview was done so long ago, that so much has happened since then, and it's just completely and utterly irrelevant. You know, and the only other interesting thing really that's like clarifying in the news is that when Beyonce and Destiny's Child were, before they were like Destiny's Child that we know them to be now, when they were starting out, when they were in Atlanta, Usher got to watch Destiny's Child or whatever, although it's kind of like freaking people out because him and Beyonce are close in age. But nonetheless, we are like, I'm just trying to understand, because I feel like this was just kind of put out as like a gotcha, like, hey, we can get a lot of views on this, but sadly I don't think Usher is going to get the views that he deserves on this, and that makes me sad, because I feel like the interview is too short. I feel like the interview is too old, and for it to just come out now. And a lot of the things that were discussed then is a completely different climate and environment for right now. And I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. Like, spending the interview fangirling over Usher and his, you know, performance piece where he goes and flirts and serenades different women. Like, that's all well and good, but we don't need like 20 minutes on it. We don't. like, so that's what I mean when I say I can't take this interview seriously, because a lot of this information I already knew, with the exception of Usher playing spades with Jay-Z whenever, you know, they're in the same town. Other than that, you know, and the group thing with Jay-Z, Pharrell, and Diddy, but other than that, like, a lot of the stuff I already knew. But that's because I'm an Usher fan. But I felt like there was a missed opportunity. We could have got so much more out of Usher had this interview been done now. And I appreciate it. Hey, it's, you know, now it's Black History Month, and, you know, one of Usher's first interviews prior to his Super Bowl performance is going to be with somebody Black. That's all well and good. But I wanted some more meat and potatoes in this interview, and I didn't get it. So I feel very famished. I feel very hungry, very thirsty, because I feel like I didn't get out of this interview what I normally get out of an Usher interview, and that is information. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts about Shannon Sharpe releasing this several months old interview. You know, that was done back in October of 2023, you guys, as we are now in February of 2024. You know, a little over a week and some change away from Usher's Super Bowl halftime performance, that we could have actually got some behind the scenes tea about what to expect about the actual performance, instead of all of this fluff. So there's that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.